Hey Kristen, first and foremost, I just wanted to express my condolences and my grief for you and your family. Um, this is something that has actually been bothering me in a certain way. Um, when I wake up this morning with that weird feeling, that I talked to you about, I think that just the grief and the frustration that comes with day-to-day life, and of course events that aren't foreseen, um, can do a lot on one's spirit. I can tell you this much. Today was hell, to say the least. I just had one of those days where nothing was working. I strongly believe it was Satan just trying to attack me. But in another way, I believe that my heart was truly burdened and that it was heavy. I had a nauseating feeling in my stomach, one that you would get when you're nervous. And I can trace it all back to you. Um, I found out about the condition of your papa at about 10:30 today in Hobbs here, New Mexico time. Um, and upon receiving that news, I just had this overwhelming amount of sorrow, of grief. Um, I believe this was due in part for the simple fact that your happiness, your longevity, your well-being means the world to me. Kelsey, my friend today, was like, Justin, what's wrong with you? You never act like this. Like I wasn't being uncooperative. I just kind of withdrew from the crowd today. To kind of reflect and to kind of decide, um, what is the best way that I can help you. As I said in the text, words aren't going to do much, and they're not going to do anything. I mentioned a death that I actually have been coming to peace with 2 years ago. My ex-girlfriend Dana Rhodes. We weren't together at the time. We were still, nevertheless, very good friends. We had a history of a relationship. She was driving to school one day on her way to band practice, and on her way there, she was taking off her jacket in the truck, and by doing that, she lost control of the steering wheel and inevitably lost control of the truck, which of course went across the median into oncoming traffic, and there was a rollover, and she was pronounced dead at the scene. I found this out through a best friend in my third period. This was not something that I wanted to hear. It was something I took shock with. I've gone to school with this girl since I was 6 years old, and I recall that time. I hate sounding like a narcissist just talking about myself, but I recall that time. I recall what I did personally, the decisions I made, in the prayer life that I had to keep, that I had to maintain, and the integrity and dignity that I needed to maintain in order to keep going on with life. It was tough, especially the first 3 months. It was tough, but I recall what helped me: prayer and fellowship. On that day, I did not go home. Her best friends, people that were extremely close to her. I was pretty close to her, but not in such a direct way. It was we get the gist. But I made that decision for the simple fact that I knew if I went home and if I decided to abandon my friends and just go into a state of solitude, I'd be depressed. So I stayed there the whole day at school, and it was actually good. We talked in class. A lot of our teachers, declared it an emergency situation, so no homework was assigned, no classwork was assigned. We just had the opportunity to talk to each other, the opportunity to vent and to say what's on our minds. And it was good. Right after I got out of school that day, I went to our elementary school, Sanger Elementary, and just kind of walked around the playground and, you know, recalled a lot of the memories we had, be it playing court or playing tag, baseball, you know, by going to school with her in elementary and getting to know her and having a close affiliation with her. It was hurt just to know that she was gone. That's totally irrelevant to what I had to say. And it's actually relevant, but what I mean to be saying by this, Kristen, is if it weren't for my friends, if it weren't for me praying and being vulnerable, which I hate showing any sign of weakness. And today, Kelsey was all, "Why are you being so soft?" I'm like, because I have a girl in North Carolina that I would do anything in the world to be with right now, physically. You know, just to be with you. Try to take that pain away, even though I know I can't. I wanted to be there to support you, to stand with you, and to be an advocate for you. I'm not really good at, you know, speaking over a camera, speaking into this little hole that's at the top of my laptop, but it seems that I can't express how much you mean to me and how much I think you're compassionate, kind, strong character. It's going to get you through a lot of this. Kristen, you have no idea the impact and the insignificant. This is why I don't record late. The impact and the significance that you've had on my life in the past a little over a month. And I sound pathetic, you know, saying I care about you so much, but I do. And that's a lot that I can say, especially after the girls I've been with, after the things I've seen. That feeling I had today in my stomach, that made me nauseous, that made me just feel terrible, just feel bad, feel burdened. I think was, actually I know, was because you weren't by my side. And as a man, as a guy, I would do anything to protect you, your well-being, and I would stand for you. And protrude anything that would be going against you. I tell you this all the time. You know, it's okay if you blow it off. You know, it's just how I feel, but you mean so much to me. When I get into North Carolina, the first thing I'm gonna do is find you and give you the biggest hug, and I would give you a kiss, you know, according to your consent. And that's the first thing that I will do. And I'm gonna make it an effort to get over there, not just for my own ambitions, but to see you, to get to hold you, and be with you for a couple days. I'm going to go ahead and stop this part of the video, just for certain uploading reasons, so let me start another one.